my jealous zone and I get my jealous on.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. First off, I want to say sorry about my voice sounding a little hoarse. But first things first, I'm going to go ahead and do the brows. And y'all, this is an updated brow tutorial. I'm using a ColourPop pencil in the shade Brown and Black, I believe. And basically, I'm just going to trace over her brows and then fill them in. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up her brows with LA Girl in the shade Fawn. I'll leave it down in the description box. And I'm using a brush from the Crayon Case. Shout out to them. There are many brushes that I use to carve out the brows, but when I'm using this one, I basically use it like a paintbrush and go right under the brow. All I'm doing here is bringing down the concealer once I'm done cleaning the brows, just to get a clear view of how my brows actually look. So for the top brow, I'm going to go ahead and clean it with her foundation shade because I really don't like the halo look. Don't worry about it now. It's because it was mixed in with a little bit with the concealer. But I promise you that was her foundation shade, and that's the same shade I use for her face. Just to give a little side note, please keep in mind that this is not a one-on-one. It is a YouTube tutorial, so I would not go in depth about every single thing, okay? Sorry. Okay, so now I'm just grabbing my Real Techniques buffer brush and I'm buffing out the foundation and the concealer around her brows. And I'm also going to set for her eyeshadow. So the first shade that I'm going in with is from the Be Perfect palette, and it's called Funky. I'm going to pack that first and then I'm going to blend. Once I get the consistency and the pigmentation that I like from the eyeshadow, I just start blending in circular motions back and forth. The next shade that I'm going in with is called Pep Talk from the same palette. I'm going to go straight into blending. I'm not even going to pack it. I decided that I wanted to deepen the crease, so I went back into the same palette and went into the shade Influence. So now all I'm going to do is go ahead and cut her crease. For the first eye, I am doing the tapping motion method that I do teach my students. And in the next eye, you're just going to see me do one clean swoop. So all I'm doing here is blending off the excess concealer just so the product could sit perfectly on the lids. So I'm going to go ahead and go back into the Be Perfect palette, and the shade that I'm packing on her eyelid is called Orchid. So now all I'm doing here is drawing on her liner. I have this 3-line method that I do every time, and it's also what I teach my students, and it works every time. All I'm doing here is prepping her eyelid for the glitter by placing glue. Glitter placement is also very, very important. You never want the glitter to be too heavy on your client's eyelid. Since she wanted a Barbie look, I'm going to go ahead and add white eyeliner on her waterline. So right here, I'm just putting on some mascara, and after that, we'll apply the lashes. The way I apply my lashes is different. I do not add the glue to the lashes. I add it on the eyeliner. Because our skin is heat activated, it dries the glue faster. So here I'm just gonna go ahead and prep my client's face to get ready for this beat honey. So now that her face is prepped, moisturized, and primed, I'm gonna go ahead and add her foundation shade. The foundation that I am using is the Maybelline Superstay. I don't remember the shade that I use, but if I do, it will be in the description box below. I tend to sometimes go a little bit darker on the foundation because when we add concealer, it does lighten up the face. Trust me, in the end, it will come together, but that's just me. Now I'm just applying the concealer. When I'm using concealer, I tend to go 3 to 4 shades lighter than actual skin tone. Sometimes I'll darken it, but that is my preference and that's what I like working with. That's why I always go a little bit darker with the foundation shade. Now all I'm doing here is blending out her concealer with my Real Techniques setting brush. Y'all, notice how the concealer really balances everything out. So in the end, everything does come together. And when you're doing your craft, don't worry about what other people does. It's up to you and what fits you. So I always tend to do the nose last because I do love a really snatched nose, and the longer the concealer sit, the better. Now all I'm doing here is grabbing my foundation brush to blend out the edges of the concealer because we want the makeup to be seamless. So for contour, we're going to go in with the Juvia's Place shade sticks. I don't remember the exact shade. And I'm not going to cream contour her forehead because I do not want to touch her lace. I'm going to go ahead and blend out her contour with the same foundation brush. So to blend out the nose contour, I'm going to go ahead and grab the same brush that I used to blend out the eyebrows and the eyelids. Here, I'm just going over the concealer again and blending it before I set her face. To set her face, I'm going in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Unfortunately, the camera did cut off when I was setting her cream contour, but I did get to catch the nose. And I'm just going in with a Real Techniques brush. Now all I'm doing here is going in with a pressed powder, and I'm going to use it to dust off all the powders on her face, and I'm going in with the same foundation brush. I'm also using the pressed powder to set the part of her face where I did not put the Laura Mercier powder to set her jawline. Now I'm just going to go ahead and add some blush. Time for my favorite part, which is applying highlight. I am using the Crayon Case Honor Roll, and I am using a Morphe highlighter brush. Now it's time for my signature look, chunky bottom glitter. Y'all, everybody go crazy over this look. So all I'm doing is applying glue on the bottom lash line, and you want to take the chunky glitter and place it directly next to each other. You want the line as straight as possible. You want the glitter to be as accurate as possible. So again, my camera did cut off. I did not catch the lips, but all I'm doing here is applying gloss, and I'm going to spray her face with the Morphe Continuous Spray and the NYX Setting Spray. And here's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you do recreate any of my looks, please, y'all, do not forget to tag me so I can repost it. See you guys in the next one.